Hello everyone, my name is Michael. I'm so glad I'll be tutoring your mathematics today. So right now, go get your pens and your books because you don't like to miss out on any of my videos. So stay tuned and watch till the very end. Okay, right now, as you can see, we have on the board how to solve for LCM easily. Now, like I said on my other videos, I announced to you all that I'm going to be showing you on my next video how to solve for LCM, and here we are. Now, as you can see on the board, we have different varieties of numbers that we are going to look for the LCM. And then over here we can see a particular fraction that we are going to apply our LCM work with it as a kind of trial. But mainly today we are to focus on how to solve for LCM. So I would really advise you all who are watching me right now to pay attention. Try to make sure that anything that is going to cause any form of distraction should be taken away from you, and then you stay focused and pay attention to this teaching right now. So thank you all as you pay attention. As you can see on the board, we have 3, 7, 12, 13, and 8. Now, there's one thing that you must have in mind when solving for LCM. And what is that? When solving for LCM, the first thing that comes in mind is thinking about how to draw tables. I am going to show you how to draw tables in this video. Now, you can look here on the board. How to draw table begins this way. You can see 3, 7, 12, 13, 8. Then you go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you put the figures inside. 3, 7, 12, 13, then 8. Voila. And that's it. Now you don't just stop there. After doing this, that means that you are good for the first step. Now we are moving on to the next step. And what's that next step? When putting the numbers, the next thing that should come into your mind is thinking of the possible simplest number that you will use to begin to divide the numbers given to you that you are to use to find your LCM.
Is thinking of the possible simplest number that you will use to begin to divide the numbers given to you that you are to use to find your LCM.
Now we have 3, 7, 12, 13, 8. Now to go straight to the point, the best lowest number to use to begin your division is 2. Now 2 is actually the best. According to all mathematicians, 2 is the best number to begin. Normally, some people will really suggest using 1, but to advise you, 1 is not the best number to begin with. Why do I say so? Reason because if you use 1 to divide 3, you'll be getting 3. Use 1 to divide 7, you'll be getting 7. Use 1 to divide 13, you would still get 13. In the sense that when we see 13 divided by 1, we all know that this also means 13, and that makes it all applicable to every other numbers that are involved. So at this point, it all means that you can no longer use 1, but it has to be from 2 upwards, and so 2 is the best lowest number that you can use to begin your division. So at this point, we start with 2. Now, what is the next thing that should come into your mind? Now, according to this LCM process or LCM procedures, what you do is this. When using 2 to begin your division, have it in mind that you have to keep using 2 to divide each and every number that 2 can divide without a remainder. For instance, 2 can divide 4 and it will go 2 into it, 2 remainder nothing, or 2 remainder 0, as the case may be. So we don't only have 4, we have 8, we have 12, we have 16, we have 18, so on and so forth. So 2 can divide every even number without a remainder. Now take note, when you begin using a number to divide your LCM or the other numbers, have it in mind that maybe assuming you have up to 20 or 40 or maybe 11 or 10 numbers that you have to find their LCM. As far as that number that you're using to divide can divide one particular number consistently, then you don't have a problem. Keep using that particular number to keep dividing and keep dividing that particular one till you can no longer use that number again. Then you step over to the next number. I'll be showing you what I mean. Like we have over here 2. We are going to use 2 to divide 3, 7, 12, 13, 8. But at this point, 3 is a prime number, 7 is a prime number, 12 is not, 13 is a prime number, and 8 is not. Therefore, we are going to use 2 to divide 12 and divide 8. So from the saying of things, when we use 2 to divide 12, there will be no remainder. When we still use the 2 to divide 8, there will still be no remainder. So please pay attention. Now, another thing that you must take note is this. Since we use 2 to divide other numbers like the even numbers, and we get no remainder, as in there is nothing left after the 2 divides them. Now, the other ones which are prime numbers, when you use 2 to divide, there will surely be a remainder of 1. Now, this is how it's been done. You don't just kill yourself over it. Once you notice it's a prime number, you don't need to start disturbing yourself. Just come down, repeat back that number to be on the safe side. So it means that since 2 will be dividing 3 and then we'll be getting a remainder of 1, therefore we just have to repeat the 3. And that goes to 7 as well. So 2 divide 12 will be getting 6. And there is surely not going to be a remainder. So that means we're going to be putting 6 over here. So 2 divide 13. 13 itself is already a prime number. So what do? We just repeat 13. Then 2 divide 8 will be getting 4. Now we don't just stop here, we keep dividing. Now take note, while looking for LCM, you have to keep dividing. Once you get to 1, then you have reached the final phase. If you haven't gotten to 1, then you have a problem. Now there's another thing you must take note. Some students really have a problem trying to, putting the numbers here and they use the number to divide the ones on top. No, please take note, you don't do that. Make sure that the number you put here is the one you divide, but the number you put in here is the one you use to divide all the numbers that is exactly on the same straight line. Then the ones you put down are your answers. So that's how you keep going. Now at this point, we'll keep using 2. Why do we keep using 2? The reason because 2 can still divide 6 and will give us no remainder, and we'll still do the same thing for 4. So meaning once we put the 2 over here, we are using 2 to divide all the numbers on this line, and then we'll put all our answers here. That's how it's been done. Meaning that you use the number in question to divide the other numbers and all your answers goes down. That's how it's been done. So 2 divide 3, since 3 is a prime number, we just repeat it. The same goes to 7. 2 divide 6, we'll be having 3. And 2 divide 13, since 13 is a prime number, we just repeat it. Then 2 divide 4, we're having 2. Now at this point, 2 can still divide something. So at this point, we just write the 3, here 7, here 3, here 13, and here 1. Then from the scene of things, just look clearly at the board. There is no other number that 2 will divide here without a remainder. So that automatically means that you can no longer use 2 again. Now take note, whenever you are dividing all these numbers in order to get your LCM, you must move accordingly. You don't say, okay, yes, we are using 2 now to divide. Now 2 can no longer divide. Then the next thing you find yourself doing is you move over to 7. And then you know that 3 is the best number to use at that point in time. You know that you can still use 3 and then you jump over to 7. No, you don't do like that. You have to move simultaneously. You have to move accordingly. The way a baby is given birth to, and then the baby does not just become a man, but the baby has to go through processes in order to become a man. That's how it's being done over here. So it means that since we are using 2 to divide, we have to keep using 2 till we can no longer use 2. And at this point, since we can no longer use 2, we'll step over to another number, and that number should be a number that should follow 2. And then if there is none left, just keep moving. Please take note, you don't jump to a higher number, then you go down again. No, the more you go up, you just keep going up and keep going up, not going down again. It's not done in looking for LCM unless you make a very terrible mistake while solving for LCM. So now let's move further. We have at this point that we are going to use 3 since 2 can no longer work. So 3 divided 3 will be getting 1. then we'll still use 7 here. Why? Because if 3 should divide 7, there's going to still be a remainder of 1. So there's no need even trying. So 3 divide 3 will be getting 1. And then at this point, we'll still write our 13 because the same thing I said about 7 is the same thing that will be happening to 13. So at this point, we'll just repeat our 1. There is no need to stress ourselves. That's our final answer. So we have to keep repeating all the ones since they have gotten up to that level. So we'll still continue. Now at this point, we have 7 and 13 left. Now, you cannot just say since we are done with using 3, we'll move over to 4. No, at this point, 4 is an even number and you cannot use an even number such as 4 to divide 7, which is a prime number, or use even numbers such as 4 to divide a number like 13. No, you have to keep that mindset aside. At this point, you only have prime numbers, so you have to use the number that is the lowest to begin your division, to be on the safe side. Now, to clear your mind more, when you use 4 to divide 7, there is surely going to be a remainder of 1. Now, let's take it that we are counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then at this point, what remains? 3. And so that goes to 13 as well. You can as well try to use the 4 to divide the 13, and you end up noticing that there is surely going to be a remainder. It doesn't matter if it is remainder 2 or remainder 1 or remainder 3. The most important thing is there is going to be a remainder, and that is what we're trying to avoid. So let's follow along. At this point, we are going to use 7, which is the lowest. So here 1, here 1, here 1, and then we'll still repeat our 13 because there is surely going to be a remainder when we use 7 to divide 13. At this point, we still repeat our 1 over here. Then we'll come down, we'll use 13. So here 1, here 1, here 1, here 1, here 1. And now we have finally reached the peak of finding LCM. At this point, we can see that we are already through. Like I said, if you check the video, you can rewind in case maybe you have forgotten that when you solve, make sure that you keep solving till every of the numbers have gotten to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then you are sure that you have gotten what you need. Now at this point, that is what we have gotten. So what do we do next? We multiply all the numbers that we used in dividing. Once we multiply them, then we have gotten our LCM. As simple as that. So at this point, we're going to be doing 2 times 2, which will be giving us 4 times 2, which will be giving us 8 times 3, which will be giving us 24. So we have 24 times 7, which will be giving us 7 times 4, which will be giving us 8 to 7 to, okay, 14, and this will give us 16, so 168. Here 13, so 3 times 8. Now please try to follow along as I'm solving. Try to be a kind of faster than me. That will help you to improve better. Now at this point, we'll do 3 times 8 will be giving us 24. So we write 4 carry 2. 3 times 6, which will be giving us 18, plus 2, which will be giving us 0, 2. Then 3 times 1, 3, plus this, which will be giving us 5. So here 8, here 6, here 1. So we're getting 4, 8, 1, 2. So 2,184 is our LCM for number 1. Now, assuming a question like this is given to you, and then you have difficulties on how to arrange your answers well, I guess we are in the right video to learn how best to arrange your answers. Now, since we got 2,184 as our LCM, I'll be showing you how best to arrange it. Then you come over here and then you say, now please do not mind what I'm doing. I'm just trying to see how best that I can arrange this space provided on the board. So we have therefore, this sign, these 3 dots together here means therefore, so we have to put it on the board. Therefore, the LCM of 3, 7, 12, 13, 8 is 2184. As simple as that. If you do this and you submit it to your teacher will give you a very big thumbs up. That's it. Now let's move over to the next one. Now we can see 2, 9, and 4. Now I intentionally placed that LCM over there. I intentionally placed these numbers over there. And then here is the fraction. I just want to do a little preview on what we did last time concerning addition and subtraction and fraction. So please try to pay along, try to follow along, because after right now I don't think we'll be going too much on fraction. Please, it's very important that you pay really attention. If you think I'm really moving too fast, I guess you will have to rewind the video, because I'm trying my possible best to see how short this video can be. So thank you, please keep watching. At this point we have 3 over 2 plus 2 over 9 minus 5 over 4. Now to go straight to the point, what are we looking for? LCM. If you can remember on my previous videos, I said that whenever you are given a work to do concerning fractions and has to do with addition and subtraction, or maybe additional throughout, or maybe a subtractional throughout, the first thing that should come in mind is thinking about LCM, and that is what we are doing. We can see 3 over 2 plus 2 over 9 minus 5 over 4, and so the first thing that we are thinking about right now is our LCM, just like it is written over here, 294. So we are going to solve for the LCM of 294 to know what our LCM is, and then we'll solve the fraction. Now, we'll still repeat the same thing. When solving for LCM, we must have the concept of drawing the table. Now, we'll put the 2 here, 9, here, 4. Now, this is not confusing. Some of you might be like, what? Am I seeing 2 on the board? No, that shouldn't bother you at all. Maybe you might be feeling, okay, yes, there is 2 on the board, so why should I still use 2 to divide? No, there is no problem with that. Now, 2 itself on the board is a number that you are going to divide, and there is still no problem trying to use 2 to begin your division. That shouldn't even be a wahala for you. So please try to pay pay attention, try to follow along. Now we have over here that we're going to be using 2 to divide. So 2 divide 2, we'll be getting 1. And then 2 divide 9, there's surely going to be a remainder of 1. So there is no need disturbing ourselves, because 9 is not an even number, but rather an odd number. So at this point, we'll be repeating our 9 over here. We'll be getting 2. So we'll still use 2 to divide. Why? Because 2 can divide 2. Like I said, you have to keep using that particular number till you can no longer divide any other thing. So we use 2. At this point, we get 1, here 9, here 1. And then we still use 9 over here, because you can't possibly use 1. If you can remember what I said, you can't possibly use 1. So we have to use 9 at this point, because 9 is the only number that is left behind. So we use 9, which will be giving us 1, 1, 1. So 2 times 2 giving us 4, then 4 times 9, which will be giving us 36. Therefore, 36 is our LCM for this particular question. So let's try to solve it in the fraction that we can see on the board. So our LCM is 36. Now, what do? If you can remember what I taught previously concerning fraction, how things are being done, I said that whenever you write your LCM number below the line, what you do next is trying to use the numbers that you use to form your LCM to divide the main LCM itself, meaning that you are going to use this number to divide this. So when you divide this, whatsoever you get, you multiply with this, as easy as ABC. So 36 divided by 2, which will be giving us 18, So at this point, we'll be writing our 18 down here. So 18 times 3. 18 times 3 plus, so 36 divided by 9, which will be giving us 3, which will be giving us 4. So 4 times 2 will be giving us, okay, let's just repeat it over here, 4 times 2. Then we'll come over to this side. 36 divided by 4, which will be giving us 9. So 9 times 5. Then we'll move further. So 18 times 3, which will actually give us 54. Please, you can as well try it yourself. I've already solved it. I've solved it. So practice makes perfect. The more you learn, the faster you become in solving things. So we have here 54 plus 8 minus 45 divided by 36. So we'll move further, which will be giving us what? 54 plus 8, which will be giving us 62. So 62 minus this will be 68, 22, and then minus the 5. So we're getting 20, 18, 17. So we're getting 17 over 36. So at this point, 17 over 36 is our number, and that is our final answer for solving this fraction. At this point, there is nothing you can do over here, really, because the 17 itself is not a prime number. The 17 itself is a prime number. The 36 is an even number, so there is possibly nothing that you can do at this point. You can't use an even number to divide a prime number, except maybe, yes, there's actually nothing you can do in this state. Although 2 is a prime number though, then you can still use 2 to divide an even number like 8. Apart from that idea, you can't possibly use 2 to divide 36 and still expect 2 to divide 17 without remainder. No, it's not possible. So that is our final answer. Please, I urge you that you try your hands to do these remaining questions, number 3, number 4, number 5. Try your hands to do these questions. Probably on my next video, I'll be doing a kind of a work on these 3 questions. Please, if you know that after watching this video you really had some improvement on your mathematical skills, I'll be very glad that you describe how you feel in the comments below. Please do not be greedy at all to share how you really feel after watching this video. Please, I'll be really glad that you give my video some very good thumbs up, and then you try to share my videos to your friends and families out there. Let them know about this video. And in case for those who really think that they will want to join my in case you really feel that you want to follow along with the things that I'm doing, please try to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be really glad that you subscribe, and then you hit the notification bell so that you will get alerted anytime I release any new video. So thank you all for watching. I'm so glad that I am able to impact you today. Please try to impact your friends through these videos by sharing them to each and every one of them around you. So thank you all for watching. Please remain strong, remain blessed. Until next week, we shall see you again. Thank you all.